Hi, I'm Bill MacPhee, CEO of MacPhee Media Inc., your partner in mental wellness. Welcome to today's video blog. Today I had a question from Andy, and Andy writes, he says, Hi Bill, I wanted to ask a question about socializing. Can you give us any tips that may help us to make friends with others, places to go, and things we can do? Thank you and take care. Well, absolutely, Andy. It's very important on our road to recovery to socialize and to make friends. Um, and first of all, I want to say that a rule of thumb about making friends is if you're a friend that somebody would have, then it's easier to get a friend. So basically, to be a friend is to get a friend, and to get a friend is first of all to have to be a friend. So that's kind of a rule of thumb. But as far as activities and that, it's very important to realize that socialization is very important because a lot of times people who are dealing with the mental illness, we become so isolated, and so much of an island unto ourselves. And it takes effort to reach out and to try to do a few things. And that was in my recovery. My turning point was when I started to socialize and get people and new friends back into my life. People who accepted me for who I was and not what I had. And it's very important in socializing to take a lot of risks and to keep at it and to be persistent. For example, I would go when the Legion band was playing at the band shell. I would go and listen to the music. I started to get interested. I helped out a friend who asked me to become the treasurer of the scouting organization. So from that time on, I was helping out with Cub cars, Apple days, campouts. I met Peter through that, who eventually I started playing racquetball and squash with. What it did is it gave me a whole new social network of people who accepted me for who I was. I took new hobbies up. For example, I went to school for photography. I took a course at the local college. I didn't enjoy it. I still had that emotional bluntness, that emotional blandness, that lack of joy. But I went through the motions and I took a photography course. I did the black room stuff or the dark room stuff. I did the field trips and I bought a camera, things like that. At one time, I started to get interested in town politics and council meetings, and they were held at the library at one time. So I would go to the library every Monday night and listen in on the town council meetings and get interested in town politics. Again, to make a friend, you have to be a friend, and I think that we need to reach out. Say, for example, if somebody's showing a travel log of their vacation or something, you might want to go there and look at that. Churches, my church was very supportive. It's very easy to make friends at a good church. If you go to church and there's a welcoming committee or people who are always happy to introduce themselves to you and ask you about yourselves and things like that. And it's very important to socialize that way. Things like your skills. If you know what your talents are, your skills are, or what you're interested in, perhaps before you were ill, you used to have a hobby. Maybe you used to play tennis, or maybe you used to play chess or something. Well, go ahead, join up for another chess club, or join up, uh, for whatever a sport. Anyways, anything that will get you out of the house, anything that will getting you interacting with people. And again, it really doesn't matter what the situation is. We're gonna feel uncomfortable at first, but as we get to know people and we open up, and it's very important when we're socializing and we're making friends, is to be transparent. Some of the best friendships develop when people can be honest with themselves and honest with each other and be open and not be closed or secretive or distant from people. When we can set ourselves up to be transparent and vulnerable, that's when we find our friends and the most meaningful friends in our lives. And I must say that if we just have one or two friends, we're very, very fortunate. If we have one or two very close friends that we can really confide in and really be part of our lives. The rest are just acquaintances that we wouldn't really get into our deep thoughts with, but to really have a close friend is very important. And once again, in closing, Andy, to To get a friend is to be a friend. So thanks. I hope I've answered your question. If you have a question for me, just email me at bmcphee@magpiemags.com and check out our website at mentalwellnesstoday.com. Thank you and have a great day.